If you're a social impact entrepreneur, please don't start a nonprofit. To learn why and to learn what you should do instead, check out this video.
Hey, man, come in here and watch your practice this. See if you can tap your head and rub your belly at the same time. I'm kind of getting it. See if you can get it.
Wait, what? Tap?
Tap your head and rub your belly. See if you can get it. Okay, yeah, you're doing it pretty much like everyone else would. Yeah, all right, why don't you go on and practice that? So, yeah, you got to get better at that. Somehow I'm doing this, but I can tell you I've basically never been able to do this. And I know most of us out there, if you just tried to tap your head and rub your belly, right, it doesn't work. Doing two different things like that at the same time doesn't work. It's very hard to do. So why would I go through this little spiel with you today? Well, because today we're going to talk about why you shouldn't start your own nonprofit. Strong words, I know, but let me back up and explain. So if you stick with me on this video, I'm going to talk to you all about why you shouldn't start your nonprofit and what you should do instead of starting your own nonprofit to make that social impact, okay? So let's start with a story here, or just something to think about as a general story, right? So I work with social impact entrepreneurs all over the world, and one of the things I run into a lot that I've never actually seen work well is when a social impact business, when you're starting out, right, and you start your social impact business and you're like, I want to make this social impact too, so I'm going to create a nonprofit to carry out that social impact. What happens when you do that is you're trying to do this, right? You're trying to do two really tough things at the same time. You're trying to start essentially two separate businesses because you have this social impact business and this nonprofit. And it's just very, very hard to do those two things at once. And that's why I never recommend that anyone does that. Building a business is tough as nails. Building a social impact business is even tougher. So why would you want to build out a whole nonprofit on top of that? Especially, by the way, when there are tons of phenomenal nonprofits that are already carrying out some great social impact. And so that's why I say, don't start your own nonprofit. Here's what you should do instead. You have your social impact mission that you want to make, and so you want to find a great organization to partner with to help you carry out that social impact. That is ultimately what you want to do, and you want to really try to do that, by the way, from day one in a lot of cases. Now, to drive this point home, let me give you an example here, and this is from a social impact business called Listen Headphones. Now, Listen Headphones, for every pair of headphones they sell, they actually give a set of hearing aids and a hearing exam to a child in need in the developing world. Now, that was their mission from day one. They wanted to do that no matter what, but they knew that if they tried to create this business selling these awesome headphones and tried to create a nonprofit carrying that out, they're trying to do two things. That's two sets of partners. That's two sets of funding. That's two sets of marketing. That's this, like, I know I'm doing it well, but I know most of us can't, and normally I don't really know how I'm doing it this well. But normally, right, it's really hard. You know, you start reversing this, you start tapping your belly and tapping your head, right? Try tapping your head and rubbing your belly. Very hard to do, just like run into entities. So Listen realized that, thankfully, from day one, and they partnered with a great nonprofit called the Starkey Foundation. Starkey Foundation's mantra literally is, so the world may hear. They linked up, and for every set of headphones they sold, they worked with the Starkey Hearing Foundation to make sure that a set of hearing aids and a hearing exam was given away. The founder of the company, Bridget Hilton, even continues going on the giving trips that Starkey Foundation does all over the world, and she actively gets hands-on and gives away those hearing aids and those exams. But that's not her nonprofit. It's just a nonprofit that she has created a beautiful partnership with. So that is how you don't start your own nonprofit. First, you just don't start your own nonprofit. Second, you partner with somebody who's already doing it well. And third, think about an example like the Listen, L-S-T-N headphones example, where they created this beautiful partnership without starting their own nonprofit. So got a pretty simple call to action here on this one. Just want you to download this worksheet below and take the I will only build one business pledge, right? Take the pledge that you're just going to focus on the one business, on your social impact business in terms of what you build. Take that pledge so that you can then create a beautiful partnership with a nonprofit that can help you carry out that social impact. That is how you keep from doing this. All right, folks, talk to you later.